Michael, it has been too long. We miss you. It is so good to see you, and I'm sorry to be speaking to you under these circumstances. Michael, we just heard what you said to Laura yesterday. There's no way this man is getting traded, and then this.
He sure did.
Michael, just let it all out. This is a safe place, safe space for you. Just vent.
Just vent, sweat, and do it all.
First of all, let me start with this, Sam. That whole accident happening thing, I'm sitting here in the pain, and that thing has me laughing. It's just, all of the cuts in and out. You have a Steve, it ain't doing. That's just great. That's great producing. And Molly, how are you guys? I want to understand this, though. What kind of friend is this? The only time he calls is when your heart gets shattered. And he said, hey, man, come on the show for a minute. Wait, what does it mean? What do you mean? How much? What kind of friend do I call you? But I promise you guys, Jerry was hurt. All of this, I'm shocked, I'm surprised, because Jerry always says he has a great propensity for these kinds of things. And he can stare it right down the barrel. And obviously, there's no doubt, Jerry was hurt. I saw it when I watched the interview. I know him very well. And I love him very much. I know what he wanted with Micah Parsons, and I know not having it with Micah Parsons is hurting him deeply. And I believe it's hurting Micah deeply. It's certainly hurting us here deeply. I heard Dan say, no, Micah was happy to leave. No. That would not be true. The emotions got all crumbled up in this whole thing, and it became a place where he had to. He wasn't happy to leave. Micah was happy to receive the money he was getting where he was going, but if you give him that money, he'd rather stay here. That's the reality. So come on now, deal in my pain. But
it's not there. And what I need you to explain, Michael Irvin, when you say Jerry is hurt, okay, in the end, why did he do this? You got 2 late first-round picks. You got a decent player in Kenny Clark, but not somebody that measures up to Micah Parsons. According to Michael Irvin, why did Jerry Jones do this?
Because the great businessman let his emotions get in the way. And it's one thing that Jerry always talks to me about. Can't let the emotions get in this thing. But they did. And I'm telling you, because the great love he has for Mike, to pull away from him.
Stop it.
Hold on.
And he made a bad decision here. I don't care what anybody says. He made a bad decision here.
Michael, I hate all this brokenness you're talking about. Everybody's sad, but what made this so personal? Why did he let his feelings get the best of him? A man that you've just said is one of the best businessmen in sports history. Like, what was he so upset about? What's the thing?
Right, and that's just it. From what I understand when I talk to him, Jerry says this thing that they had worked on time and time again. Like Michael came to him, they changed the number. Then went to Steven, they changed the number. But if you did all of those changes and the number was still below the 41, at least the 41 or 42, then where did you start with Micah? All of it. But the reality is, you made a bad decision. Not just from the money perspective. I'm talking about continuity with what you're trying to get done offensively and defensively. Now, if you can ever stop the run, you were 29th last year, you haven't been able to stop the run. So you got a big engine on the offense. You're going to put up points. He's the greatest pass rusher, one of the greatest in the league. That's playing complementary football. Now you come in and tell me about stopping the run.
I don't want to. This is not a day I want to hear your football analysis. I'm getting personal here. I'm getting personal right now. Why, Michael Irvin? How come you couldn't stop Jerry from making this decision? You, Michael Irvin, you the playmaker. You've known this man for almost 40 years. He loves you like a son. How come you were not able to stop him from making this move and taking care of Micah Parsons? Dallas might be blaming you right now.
Well, you are pretty good at this, boy, but let me tell you something. Because don't think I haven't put that on my own. I said, man, was Jerry serious? Maybe I should have went and got that thing done for real. And I have thought about that. I absolutely have thought about that. And now I got to think deeply. I'm serious about what kind of friend are you to bring that back up again. I'm just, because I swear to you, this makes no rhyme and no reason. And Stephen, you're right, Steve. He was reaching out to me. He was crying out, and I missed it. And I should have jumped in the middle of it even deeper and better. And I'm hurt for it, and there's no doubt in my mind.
So,
I don't care what anybody says.
So is that,
all that Jerry's saying about we're better today, that's not true. That reminds me of the documentary where his dad said, make it look like you know what you're doing even when it is not working. And that's what I came up with right there.
Is that
not true?
Is that your way of confirming the obvious, that 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark in no way measures up to the loss of Micah Parsons, and the Dallas Cowboys will end up being worse? Is that you giving that confirmation over the national airwaves?
I'm telling you right now that the Dallas Cowboys defense is not as good as it was, and it was always to have a problem. Now listen to what they said yesterday. They talked about wanting to stop the run. They are absolutely right. They need to learn and need to figure out how to stop the run. But letting Micah Parsons go, Micah Parsons wasn't because that's not the reason. That's because some of the guys you drafted did not work. Micah Parsons was the best thing we had in the complement for the offense. If you got a high-power offense, you want somebody that can get to the quarterback. That's where they made a bad football decision. And don't try to lie to me talking about we needed to stop this and we got a better player. We lost yesterday.
Michael, you're on the inside there, right? Obviously, you bleed blue. How deflated is the locker room? How deflated are these players? What is this going to do to the culture of this team right now heading into the season?
Yeah, this will be a difficult game for them to go into. Certainly the Philadelphia game right now with this situation. It really is, because now you think about it, it's not just this. We're coming off Dak Prescott situation. We're coming off CeeDee Lamb situation. And then right in the preseason, here you did a Trayvon Diggs situation. I guarantee you the locker room is rattled right now, and it's definitely going to affect them next Thursday night. Now, how it affects them is up to